Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to June's channel update. What, no face cam, you might be asking? Those of you who have followed my channel at least. Not right now. No, I am a total, complete mess from the following. Some of you may have noticed I've slacked up on my daily recordings. Probably the longest I've gone since I started this channel without daily recordings. I keep missing them like every other day for the last week and a half or so. And a lot of that is because I've been really busy working on my property in real life. Or actually, my some of the properties I help manage have need of work done to them. So I've been busting my ass out in the Texas heat, basically trying to make things right on those properties. And what this means is that even though I have time to record, a lot of times I come in damn near heat exhausted and just haven't really been able to put forth the effort that I believe that my viewers deserve. So rather than put up something that's just half-ass, I've just missed those days. Now, I hope that it's going to clear up pretty soon. I mean, you may have about another week of this, but I'm going to try to get at least 3 or 4 of these episodes up a week. That's just for my Let's Play stuff. I'm still doing Morrowind. I'm still doing Pillars of Eternity. You may see a couple other things up here and there. Aside from that, I'm real pleased with the way things have been going. I've been knocking out these games pretty quick. I've got a couple episodes of an upcoming program already pretty much sorted out. I've scripted them. I've worked on filming a little footage for them. But basically what they're going to be doing is reviews, and I've talked about this in my prior channel updates, but now I'm actually getting onto it. Reviews of old role-playing game books. And what's holding me up now is basically I want to get some graphics done for them and actually put the show up instead of just having a book on a tabletop or whatever. I want to get some title graphics and title cards, that sort of thing. Not to say that having a review of a book on a tabletop or a couch or whatever, as the case may be, is a bad thing. That's certainly something that's been doable. I don't know. I feel like seeing if I can put an intro up. And if I can't, oh well, I'll just put the footage up as I can. First thing you'll be seeing on that series is a review of the old first edition AD&D books. So if you like those, look forward to that. Then I might either follow the entire D&D series all the way up to 5th edition, or I'll throw in some other old role-playing games I have. I have a lot of really off-the-wall stuff from the late 90s that might be interesting to some of you. I've got some not so off the wall things like Shatterzone. Well, Shatterzone's off the wall, but also Shadowrun, GURPS. I've got the White Wolf stuff from back then. So I could look into all of that. Another thing I'm trying to get guests for is kind of like a I don't want to say a podcast, because I really don't know how well it fits into the whole podcast thing. But I would like to do like a chat program where I just take some people. I've got some friends that do blogs for various places. No one really upscale, but just sit around and talk about tabletop and computer role-playing games for a while. And each week, or rather each episode, I'm not sure if I'll do weekly, each episode I will go ahead and pick a topic, and we'll go from there. And it'll primarily be audio. I might have some Skype footage. I'm not 100% on that. We'll see what happens. But that's another thing I'm going to try to put together. With that, the limiting factor is going to be mostly whether I can get people in on the right schedule, and that's always an issue, especially for those of you who know the difficulty I've been having with the whole D&D thing, wherein I want to run a 5th edition D&D game, but it's just not been coming together. And this is going to be similar, but a little bit I think it may be a little bit easier because I'm not asking people to devote hours upon hours of their time. I'm just, maybe half an hour or so each week, and that might be doable. As for the D&D thing, I've still got about 4 people that are really interested in it, but nobody's schedules are lining up. So what I may try to do is just do the D&D thing with 2 players. I think I said this last time. I said I'd do the D&D thing last time with just 2 or 3 people, and then real life smacked me upside the head, because this is, of course, not my day job. This is something I do in addition to about a zillion other things. I'm an author. I am a freelance programmer, and I tend to properties, so I'm kind of all over the place in regards to that. But I'm actually, basically this update is all about me apologizing for falling behind on the daily updates. But we'll get that nipped right away. As you can see, I'm currently got some Darkest Dungeon up. And it's another game I've been playing lately. Not a whole lot. Not enough to become actually good at it, but, it's there. I enjoy the game still, and I'm really liking the updates they've been giving. Some of the new classes are, well, there's only 2 new classes, but the 2 new classes are just awesome. So if you haven't checked out Darkest Dungeon, I've got one from a while back where I basically failed a lot. You do tend to fail a lot in this game. It is out, I believe, still on early access on Steam, and it is one of those early access games that's really worth playing. Another thing I've been doing lately is I have managed to stream a few times, doing Ravenloft Strahd's Possession, actually. I'm not going to do a full Let's Play of it, at least not on YouTube, but I will continue to stream it as I have time. And the thing about streaming versus actually recording things that I need to for the rest of the channel is that I can do that with very little effort and don't worry about the editing and such. So even if I've only got an hour or so, then I can throw that together. But ideally, I want to do streaming and YouTube because I like the streaming. I got out of it. And then a couple of months ago, I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start streaming daily again. And then I streamed once and never touched it again. So, I don't want that to happen again. But if you like to watch me stream, occasionally you can catch me on twitch.tv/RPGcrawler, very occasionally. And that is where I will be running my D&D games. So, it may be worth bookmarking that just for when I end up doing my D&D games. Well, I think that about covers it. That's what's been up with me and what's been up with the channel. It's still chugging along. I'm not going to be abandoning this anytime soon. I'm really enjoying it. If you like what you've seen in any of my playthroughs, I've got several of them out now. I've got Icewind Dale, which the majority of my views have come from my Icewind Dale series. I've got my full Arena and Daggerfall playthroughs up. I've got I finally finished Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition up. And of course the Pillars of Eternity and Morrowind, which I'm currently doing. Aside from that, what I've also got, and I know these don't see a lot of views, is I've got some RPG Maker games up. One of them, Menagerie Remastered, I'll try to put a link in the description, is a independent RPG Maker game that I liked a lot, even though I don't usually like the whole JRPG things. I've also done a few horror RPG Maker games. I've done The Witch's House, I've done Paranormal Syndrome, and those don't have I've also done Hello Hello. Those don't have a lot of views, and I don't blame you, because they are kind of off. I'm not great at doing horror, but they are there, and I intend to do more. I'm not strictly a horror Let's Player. I never will be, because I can't handle the modern horror games, and I'm really more methodical in terms of the RPG Maker games. But you know, they're there, and I'll put a link to a couple of descriptions in. I'll put a link to a couple of them in the description below. So I guess I should stop rambling now. If you like what you've seen here, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Look out for me on Twitch, and look out for more Let's Plays and other non-Let's Play content. Thank you for watching. Take care and goodbye.